Welcome everybody to the Final Point podcast. I'm your host Adriel with my co-host Josh in the
What's
building
up?
today. All right, we're back from a little small break going on right now, watching these Olympics fold out. Now, since we saw game 1 of the Olympics with Team USA, Josh, what
Wait
was
a
your
minute.
biggest drawbacks from there?
Before you go into that, how fucking depressing is it there's no basketball on? I mean, thank God for the Olympics that we got some sort of basketball going on,
Yeah,
because
I've been
right,
fiending,
it
watching, reading, everything
it
24/7.
it helps that my Red Sox are in contention. We're about maybe 2 games behind now. We lost to Seattle, so it helps that the Sox are in contention for the wild card. But if it not for the Olympics, man, it would be a pretty depressing sports off season. There's not really much going on, but thank God for the Olympics.
Yeah, because it's been giving us
Yeah,
some good
pretty excited about it.
content to watch. I've been loving the Olympics. I mean, they got Olympic skateboarding, they got Olympic uh, s- everything you can think of. They got it,
Hey,
and you can
dude,
play parlays on everything as well.
you could, and you know what? Those are legit parlays because we really don't know, but someone does because I'm sure a lot of people are losing. Hey, that yo the 3-on-3 for the Olympics, the men's 3-on-3, it's actually pretty dope.
I
It's
have
like
not
it's like your normal 3-on-3 game at the park.
like a pickup game
It's like a
almost.
pickup game. They check up the ball. It's up to 21. But let me tell you, dude, they're fucking running plays. Okay. If I ever ran into three of these guys at the park and they're fucking running screening rolls and nah, dude, no. But I watched Serbia dismantle USA.
Oh my god!
Dude,
What,
they were fucking dude, they were doing pin down screens. It was just they really got the 3-on-3 game on lock, Serbia. And Serb, what worries me about it is I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say this right now as a proud American. And the game was invented in Springfield, Massachusetts, so you know we're supposed to run this shit. The Serbians are catching up. The only thing they don't have, they already caught up with the basketball IQ, and they're shooting. They already caught up. Make no mistake about it. In Serbia, they can shoot and they know the game as well as we do. The only thing that they don't have is the athleticism. But
yeah,
Serbia picked that 3-on-3 um, American team apart, and they sent in their older players. Mad disrespectful. Those three are the ones that didn't make the team.
you know, it'd be great if they could transfer Ice Cube's like big three, and they just make it into like an Olympic platform where we
They,
send
they
our
may have to do that. They
where we
they
send our best veterans.
they may. You know what? Thanks for saying that. The Hezi God. You know
Yes,
the Hezi God. Hezi God doesn't watch our podcast, but Hezi God, if you ever do watch this podcast, you got my vote to be in the 3-on-3 Olympic men's basketball team.
throw you
America
in.
needs you because that's those Serbians. They were fucking us up today. I mean, it
That's
was
why we
pretty
had to,
bad to watch.
that's why we had to get him back
Where are we getting them back? Oh, on
on,
the
on
five
the
v
first
five.
game. Yeah, that's why we had
Yeah,
to get him
we're getting
back.
them back, but when it comes to basketball, it's such a general term. We gotta assert complete dominance, Adriel. It's not just 5-on-5. I would think since we invented the game, we should be able to win a 3-on-3 game.
Yeah,
Okay. So Serbia
but
won.
that's why. Yeah, that's why we have all our talent allocated somewhere else.
Yeah. Do you think they should turn over the 3-on-3 basketball recruiting to IG? Because there's a few dudes on IG.
I
There's
mean,
a
hey,
few dudes on IG that if you put them together, I think they can make some. I think they could do something.
I think if you could just play and you're good enough, you should have a shot.
Well,
Everyone
you
should
know
get a
what?
shot.
Don't say that because I will lace up. Don't say that. I'll
I'll,
stretch
I'll,
and I'll lace up,
I'll try, but I'll probably go like 0 and
right,
21.
dude.
But it is what it is.
I think that Serbian team will show up to any court. in the United
Oh, and
States,
destroy and drop
and
100 on anyone.
they will not get off the court. It will be tough to get them off. That's how good they were. So yeah, I just want to touch on that. And also my tag today is Que Viva Venezuela. There's a lot of political uh corruption going on in Venezuela right now. So I just wanted to address that. Puerto Rico, uh are you Dominican?
Puerto Rican.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so just kidding. Puerto Rico stands with Venezuela.
Yeah, shout out to the people of Venezuela. Hope all goes well and people stay safe out there. I've been also keeping up on tabs on that, and it's a pretty crazy, insane situation to
Anywhere,
be a
yeah,
part of.
listen, anywhere where you could suppress votes and kidnap people that are voting against you, it's pretty wild, man. I mean,
Yeah,
Americans don't even know what that's like.
yes, yeah.
I
So
mean, we went crazy. They stormed the White House when there was alleged theories of votes not being counted. Imagine outright kidnapping on TV, like live on camera. Like, come on, man, that'd be crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's an insane situation,
yeah.
honestly. But yeah, man. Serbia, they
Serbia.
took an L on opening day,
Yeah,
and I think primarily the cause of that was the scoring champ, the Slim Reaper, Kevin
yeah.
Durant. Because man, as soon as he came in, USA looked a little lost, kind of a little shell shocked actually too. They were making a lot of turnovers, a lot of just like mind boggling plays. It could have been nervousness or something along those lines, but as soon as KD was injected into that lineup, it was game over for Serbia after that. The man came out as scoring champ, one of the best or the best scorer of all time. He came out lights out and picked them apart the whole game through.
Yeah, it's listen, it's as clear cut as this, right? There's a few players in the world that their game translates to the Olympic game. Olympic game is different. The FIBA game is different. That's why you see a lot of players that you recognize in the NBA or they had a stint in the NBA, and you're like, yo, why didn't he play like that in the NBA? It's because it's different. It's a different type of game. And there's a few players that their game translates perfectly. And one is Kevin Durant, and the other one was Carmelo Anthony. Carmelo Anthony went off in the Olympics. You know why? Because he's a shooter and he's a flat out scorer. That's why their games translate so well. And Kevin Durant's game is just so perfect for the Olympics. He's 6'11". You can't keep you got to have your hands up on him. You got to close on him, and it doesn't help that what's the one thing, like when a team has a really good shooter, what's the one thing that you hope that they don't have is other good players that have to also they need attention. So you got Kevin Durant, the perfect complement to any good scoring team. I mean, you saw what he did on the Warriors. It's because
Yeah,
you had to pay attention to Steph. You had to pay attention to Klay Thompson, and you got KD wide open or one-on-one coverage. That's light work for him. No one can guard him
pick your
one-on-one.
poison. Pick your
Right.
poison
So
essentially
you put him on an Olympic team that is
with other
loaded.
greats.
That
With
is
other greats.
loaded. All right. This is what we expect KD to be like. This is why KD is so good. Is because one of the elements of his game is his shot, and in the Olympics, he's going to give you more than you want from that. He's impossible to guard in the Olympics. He's not going to miss.
Quick release.
If you close out too late, he's not gonna miss. He's 7'3". He says he's 7 feet. He's lying. KD is 7'3". All right, and
He's
his shot is a high arching shot. So he's
he's
already
got he's
you're
got a
not
crazy
blocking it.
wingspan. Crazy
You're
wingspan.
right. You're not blocking it. He's the perfect complementary player to any loaded team. You put KD on. Listen, guys, you put KD on France. You could put KD on Canada. You put KD on South Sudan. They may take it all.
Yeah,
They
for
may
sure.
win the whole thing because that's how good he is, and he just demands so much. He demands so much attention, and when you can't apply that pressure to him, where you can throw two men at him, he's gonna score. And I don't even think he fucking missed a basket. I don't even think he missed a
Only
shot.
one.
Did he? One
Only
shot. Yeah.
one. It was at the very end. Like he got fouled on the shot, but
He was
it
fucking
counted.
sizzling from the
Yeah.
beginning, man. It was just one of those
He
KD
he
games.
basically did not miss though for the entire game. He did not miss. And
Suns ownership. The Suns ownership. If you're watching this podcast, which I know you're not, hopefully this goes viral. You should be watching this Olympic team. This is what you have on your team. This weapon. This is what you have on your team that you're not using. You're not using him to his full capabilities. Kevin Durant is a scoring assassin. He is God's gift to scoring. If there was a perfect build made in the NBA to score, it will be built like Kevin Durant. Okay? And you guys didn't use him right. Okay? So I mean, come on.
hey, and they and also you could take notes from how they've been using Devin Booker because Devin Booker, as maybe not as flashy as KD has shown out.
Efficient.
Yeah, he comes out and plays his role, and not only that, he's playing really good defense, which he is
Yeah.
known for playing pretty good defense, but he's playing really great defense right now for this Olympic team, and he really kind of took off during that fourth quarter. I know it was already kind of a dead game at that point, but I mean, what more do you want once you put him in the game? He came in, played his role, did perimeter defense as needed. He I think he's doing an outstanding job right now in that starting lineup. I do see certain matchups him maybe getting benched. However, as of right now, the starting lineup for him, I don't see no issue with. Um, what I did wanted to ask you before we touch on South Sudan, let's talk about something that's been in the news circulating lately with this whole Jason Tatum, not getting player minutes in and being benched. I saw a lot of people, and I'm gonna say this, as a Heat fan, it's kind of funny to look at because I just want to hate. That's just my that that's just like my feeling down down
Hey,
deep inside. But however, I'm gonna put that to the
that's the
side.
first step is admitting that you're a fucking hater. That's the first step. Go ahead.
But I'm gonna put it to the side and say that like it's to me it's not a big deal. He's gonna get minutes on this team and he's gonna play. Uh, but I mean, when you have Kevin Durant and you have him showing out the way he showed out, what more do you want? You know what I mean? Like what more do you want from the coaching staff? Why why change what's already working? You're there to win games, and I'm sure he understands. He doesn't take it to heart.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a big deal. However, I saw a lot of people in the media make it a very very big deal. So
I- I'm gonna look right into the camera for this one. Okay, because the the Jason Tatum hatred has crossed the line. Okay, we are now in the Olympics. Jason Tatum is coming off of an NBA championship season where it's not really debatable, but without him, they're not there. You can say what you want, but without him, they're not there. And the hate has gone to a level where I think it's at this point it's personal. It has nothing to do with basketball because if you know basketball, then you know that the Olympic team is loaded. There's going to be games. I remember the last Olympics, there was games where certain players didn't even get playing time and they still blew them out. They don't need every single NBA player on the Olympic team to play to win the game. Would it have been nice to watch Jason Tatum play? Yes, but what are we talking about here, guys? We're talking about 4 or 5 games in the Olympics. I'm not sure how many games they play, but for every single game, there's going to be a different need, a different plan of attack. So not every player is needed for every game in the Olympics. That just wasn't Jason Tatum's game. Jason Tatum is going to be needed during the South Sudan game because they have size to throw at us. Size is everywhere with South Sudan. So I anticipate Jason Tatum will get a lot of playing time. But for people on the internet to talk about the memes that he's getting people water and guys, what the fuck are we talking about here?
I
He's an
forgot who said
NBA
it.
champ.
I forgot who said it, but someone did from the USA teams. They were joking around with Tatum, and they said something of along the lines of, "Oh, please, can you give me my water?" But they were
Right,
joking, and it was a
right.
joke.
And you chuckled, right? It was funny to you.
I did laugh.
Right, fuck off. So I'm talking to you too then in this whole rant. So guys, the memes are funny. I get it. But we're talking about Jason Tatum. Do you think that it was that big of a deal that he didn't get any playing time in the Olympic game, the first game?
At least
It's not a big
yeah,
deal at all.
it's really not.
They just didn't they didn't need him.
I
And
mean,
that's not to say that
Halliburton also
but
didn't
you know
play.
what? First of all, super disrespectful that the Halliburton memes were not going around because
They all
that's
piled on Jason.
if I'm Tyler Halliburton, I'm like, wait a minute, why no one's fucking with me? Like, I don't got no
Nobody even
memes,
thought about him.
dude. Yeah, that's a whole separate subject. You know what? The disrespect is at an all time low. All right, Halliburton and Jason Tatum got no playing time. It wasn't a big deal. There just wasn't a specific need for Jason Tatum during this. I just don't think there was. And can we discuss one thing also? Okay, so Jason Tatum bench was a surprise. No, it was not a surprise to me. I know how the rotations in basketball work. I'm a realist. I know what it's like to have 10 guys that you have to have playing time for when I used to coach AAU. And I know obviously this is a totally different level, obviously. But I know that you can't not everybody could play. There's only a certain amount of time in a game.
Exactly.
Now, should Tatum have played during garbage time? Maybe Kirk could have, threw him a bone and put him in there for a couple minutes, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. There's still other games that he's going to get a lot of playing time, and maybe Derek White or I don't anticipate them not ever playing Drew Holiday. He's just so good on
He's gonna get
defense.
no. He's gonna get a lot of minutes.
Yeah, he's always going to get minutes because it's if you need someone to lock down the point guard on the other team, it's just he's the
They,
perfect him or
yeah,
Derek White. So that's why I
yeah,
think they're always going to get playing time.
exactly.
But I think when you got Halliburton and also and I know I'm ranting on about this, but I've been thinking about this. What is Halliburton's position in the NBA for the Indiana Pacers?
Point guard.
Which requires him to have the ball in his hands, correct? So
Exactly.
if you had to choose between LeBron James
Yeah, you're
and
going with
Halliburton to
yeah. That's a no
lead
brainer.
the offense, what are we
That's a
going
no
with
brainer.
here? What are we talking about here?
You're going with LeBron,
What are we
hands
talking?
down.
Right. What are we talking about here? So, it's understandable why Halliburton didn't get playing time, and for people to be on fucking Twitter, on X, whatever you want to call it, talking about why Derek White got chosen over Jalen Brunson. Shut the fuck up forever. Go fucking watch some basketball.
I
Okay?
but
There's no
hey,
reason why you should have picked Jalen Brunson over Derek White. There's no reasoning behind it when you have Ant Edwards, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. You don't need Jalen Brunson for this. You don't need him for that. He's just a bad fit. Not that he's not good, it's just a bad fit. They don't need that. Derek White over Jalen Brunson on defense any time of the week and 5 times on Sunday. It's not even close. Go ahead. I'm done.
I was gonna say that you could make a case for Jalen Brunson on the team. However, with the team how it is
You
constructed,
can't.
you can't make a case for him because
So
the
then you
team.
wouldn't have a fucking case.
No, but you could have a case for
What's the
having
case?
for Jalen Brunson being an Olympian.
Yes. Over who are you gonna take out?
Could
Who are you gonna
I
take
would
out?
you could take out Halliburton for him.
But then we'd be in the same position we are now, where
I-
Halliburton getting no
it-
playing time and
no,
Jalen Brunson. He just didn't get a jersey.
No, exactly. But I'm saying you could technically, they could make the case. You could.
Do you
However,
think? Do you think Jalen Brunson's game translates into the Olympics? I don't think it does.
no, but he could. He
He's
could
not a
be a
knockdown shooter. He's not.
no. He could be a good like an on ball defender for one of the guards on the
Let
opposing
me
team.
tell you why he's not. I'm gonna fucking break it down for you, Miami Heat guy. The reason why he wouldn't be a good fit is because Jalen Brunson's strength is the backing down and relying on you to help on the shooters and help somewhere else, and it gives him a one-on-one advantage over point guards, and he's just so big and strong, and he's short, and he's he's
That he could
crafty
just
with the
muscle his
footwork.
way. Yeah,
Guess what? In the Olympics, you could pack the paint, so that doesn't work. There's no illegal defense in the Olympics. You could pack the paint, so that doesn't work.
and
Jalen
the foul
Brunson would not work in the
and
NBA.
the
And then
foul
he's
bait
trying to,
doesn't
yeah, he's
work.
a foul baiting. That's not going to work either. So Jalen Brunson's game wouldn't translate into the fucking Olympics. So Knick fans, fuck off. You should be worrying about him fucking healing his hand healing than trying to put him in the Olympics over Derek White.
He definitely shouldn't play in the Olympics since Thibodeau's going to have him play like 81 games straight plus playoffs straight. So
You know who would do good in the Olympics? Josh Hart.
I was just about to say Josh Hart type player.
Give me Josh Hart over Jalen Brunson in the Olympics all day, because that's a Swiss Army knife, and he
Yeah,
does everything. He's not
which
just isolated to one
you
thing.
you could put in that Drew Holiday, Derek White type role easily onto
Oh,
any team.
100%. Josh Hart could have easily, if they would have picked Josh Hart over Derek White, I wouldn't have been mad. I'm like, you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
but
But no, I
I don't want
think Derek White.
disrespect. I don't want
Yeah,
disrespect. Derek White
e-
shots better than
even as
Josh
much
Hart.
as I hate Derek White with
Say it,
all of
say
my
it. You know
soul,
what? It's okay. You
all
can
my soul.
say it. You'll feel
However,
better. You'll feel better if you
however,
say it.
however, Derek White was the right pick for that
Of, of
spot.
course he was. People don't want to think that. Of course he was.
No, he really is one of the best on-ball defenders in the NBA right now, and he's a good shot blocker. He can hit threes at a high percentage. That's a guy that you want on your Olympic team. Um, so that I think we're both on agreement that the whole Jason Tatum thing was blown out of proportion, and he's going to get playing time because of course he is. Now I will say this real quick before we move on to another subject. I think Jason Tatum should be coming on the bench with Bam. That's what I think.
I think that Jason Tatum is going to play more of a four role in the South Sudan team. I don't know if are we moving on to the South Sudan game or no?
Um,
Well, what's the next subject? This is unedited, guys. This is raw. This is
yeah,
unedited, raw, live
you know
TV
what?
right now.
You know what? Yeah, because I can I yeah. Let's move on to South Sudan because I'm gonna fuse another section here with the South Sudan since it kind of does relate to it. Um, so tomorrow is the matchup against South Sudan at 3, and as maybe the audience knows or doesn't know, but South Sudan came very close along with Germany against USA basketball in the scrimmages earlier. And South Sudan has a lot of wings. South Sudan also has a lot of good chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they have athleticism and size. They do have some NBA players, some young NBA players. So, and they just won their
Yeah,
opener currently as
yeah.
well. So I do think this is a threat to the USA team because this is a team that could give them a lot of problems. Like I said, they have athleticism, size. They do have NBA players. They do have chemistry. They've been together for a while. Luol Deng has been emptying all his pockets into this team for the last 4.5 years. I mean, this is a very well-made team, a formidable opponent for the USA team. Now, what I wanted to ask you, Josh, in those two scrimmage games, the South Sudan one and the Germany one, was there anything to pick apart from those games that could potentially be a real problem in this matchup tomorrow against South Sudan?
Uh, I don't anticipate a problem if you're talking about them losing. I don't anticipate them losing, but the the point spread right now in Vegas on South Sudan is highly disrespectful. I think they're at plus 25. They're at plus 29.5. So I mean, if you're gonna look, if I don't know what's going on. I don't know if Vegas knows something we don't know. Most likely they do. My parlay record shows that they know more than me. So, but 30 points for a team that looked like they were giving the Americans a fit, I think that's highly disrespectful. They didn't have Kevin Durant, and it was maybe what their like third game. I think
Yeah.
that the Americans hit a switch in that Serbia game because that Serbia game was a game that they probably should have lost, or should have been closer than that, just because of the fact that Serbia is so they're so mental with it, and their basketball IQ is so high. And you had Jokic,
And I mean, Serbia came back up like a
they
couple
did.
times.
That's why I said it should have been a game that they lost. But I think that the Americans hit a switch every single Olympics, right? In the showcase, there's a couple close calls, right? There's been a couple close calls. I think last year, I think in the 2021, we lost against Paris.
Yep.
I think we lost a showcase game against Paris. Yeah. So you got to understand, you have 12 different personalities, different roles on their respective different teams, all coming together for one summer to come together and try to win a gold based off of sheer talent more than anything else. Some of these countries have been playing together for a couple years. I know that Australia roster has been together for at least. They've been together for a while.
Yeah.
Germany had this is their second run with that same team.
I was just about to say
Canada
second.
had a run with that team already.
Hmm.
So for us to expect that we're just gonna just run over everyone, even in the showcase, is just not realistic.
And I think
It's
even now, right now,
Yeah, and it's not even based
it's
off
as
of
close
talent.
as it's ever been, I would
Yeah,
say.
but it's not even based off of talent. It's just chemistry, and the Americans have figured something out. This is what they figured out. We are gonna ride LeBron James all the way to gold. LeBron James is unguardable. He is right now at 40 years old, the number one player in the Olympics in the world at 40 years old. Okay, they're gonna ride him all the way to gold. And we haven't even had a Steph Curry game yet.
Yeah.
Curry's gonna go off for 40 one night. He's gonna go off in one game. Curry's gonna go off for 40. It's just gonna happen. It's Curry.
Yeah.
And Edwards.
Yeah.
Kevin Durant had the game that he had against Serbia. So to say that South Sudan's gonna beat us is kind of like I'm not going there. But the Americans figured something out, and I think they got it. LeBron is gonna be the facilitator,
Yep. He's
and the
gonna
rest
run
of the
the
team's gonna
offense.
follow. And Anthony Davis and Kevin and LeBron James, that duo for the United States team is if you're a Lakers fan, this is what you
What you
guys
want to
have
see.
right now. This is what won you a chip in the bubble. This is what you have. They're really really good together. And when you surround them with other good players, it just elevates them. Anthony Davis and Bam Adebayo are playing out of this world elite world class defense. They're putting on defensive clinics. And when you can add Anthony Edwards to that mix, Drew Holiday, Derek White, LeBron James plays good defense. I mean, it's just, I don't expect the Americans to lose. I
Yeah.
just don't see it. But South Sudan is a very formidable opponent, and they deserve all the respect after what they did in the showcase. To beat the Americans, you got to play a perfect game. I mean, you
Yeah.
have to
No, no mistakes.
defensively, yeah, defensively, you have to be like a glove, yeah, like a
Yeah.
wheel moving, and then offensively, you can't miss. So, am I saying that they're going to lose in these Olympics? I don't think so, but they can because
Yeah.
it's one game and you just never know.
The-
It's one game. Anything can happen in one game.
yeah, and I think even in that scrimmage game they had, South Sudan just got really hot, and they were shooting lights out.
They got hot, but the Americans were missing a lot.
Exactly, exactly.
And I'm saying Americans, like, if I'm not born here and I'm not a Massachusetts, resident, but the Americans, we missed a lot of shots that game. It wasn't our
Now,
best shooting game.
I do think that maybe with the slow start, like if Team USA comes out with that slow start that they had against Serbia against this team tomorrow, that might be a little problematic. However, do I think that they can fight their way out of it? 100%, I do. Um, but maybe it won't be the best way to start. We'd have to see. We're gonna have to see if that is a occurring occurring moment with Team USA is these slow starts or really sloppy first quarters. Um, but I don't. I honestly can't see them either losing to South Sudan. I think South Sudan's gonna make it a game for sure. But yeah, like you said, man, I don't. There is no one on any one of these Olympic teams that could put up a fight against LeBron James. Now, I will tell you what, I am excited to watch this Canada matchup to watch Dylan Brooks on on LeBron James. That's going to
No,
be a fun one to watch.
no, no, no. I'm I'm not as excited as I was to watch the Canada matchup, or to watch the Paris matchup, or to watch the Australian matchup with USA, is because, like I said, I think US found something. I think it took a couple games for them to figure it out, but the ball in LeBron James' hands, you're pretty safe. He's not gonna make a lot. He's not gonna make mistakes, guys. He's really not.
He's too
He's
smart
gonna
too. The
he's
IQ
gonna
is
get
out of this world.
everybody on the same page. Every single game, they're gonna learn more, and it's just no team is gonna be able to even withstand them. Even if he has a bad shooting game, you got Devin Booker and Edwards, Steph Curry, Jason Tatum. It's even if one player has a bad game, you have to play the most perfect game against USA to beat them. And I don't see anyone doing that. This South Sudan team, I'll tell you what, if they had a couple good shooters on their team, maybe they don't shoot the ball that good. They crash the boards. You know what it is? It's effort, and I think USA is going to give more effort this go around. This is the actual game. This counts. That was an
Yeah,
exhibition game. USA was like, "Yo, you ever show up to the park and you're like, yo, let's play 5v5," and then you
and
got
kind
these
of just
three
slack
dudes
off a
that
little
are like,
bit.
yeah, you got this one team that's taking it real serious. Like they're like, yo, we're not fucking losing. You're like, damn, but they're not that good. But we could have beat them if we tried. That's how US is looking at the South Sudan.
South Sudan. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yo, dude, we didn't even try with y'all, but damn, why, like, why y'all gotta go so hard? We like
So
we were just kidding.
yeah, I could see that being a thing. Like I said, South Sudan, they're a really formidable opponent. The team, shout out to Luol Deng too, to putting his heart
Shout
and soul into that team because that's
shout out to
that's an awesome
Luol
story.
Deng, Royale out, Ivy, man. I'm getting old, man. I mean, I grew up watching. I remember Royale out, Ivy, man, and shout out to Luol Deng, and I read something that kind of got me thinking a little bit. It said that Luol Deng funded a lot of the activities and the training facilities and the practices and the flights for this South Sudan team. And I just want to ask Luol Deng, did you send the Lakers a thank you card for that ridiculous overpaid fucking contract that they gave you, my guy? I mean, they paid him like 100 million for like 3 years. I was like, yo, for what? For
Bro,
Luol Deng?
he came to Miami and
Yo,
we
that was
upped his market, bro.
robbery.
We
Yeah,
upped his
that
market.
was robbery, dude. So shout out to Luol Deng. He still got that Lakers money.
Hey, I'm a fan of Luol Deng when he was in Chicago
I
on that
know,
Rose
dude,
team,
but
and you know what? When he was on that Heat team with Wade, that we made it with Bosch all the way to the Toronto Raptors Eastern Conference Finals matchup.
hey,
That was
hey,
awesome.
that was that season where teams had money to spend.
Yeah.
I remember they gave Timothy Mozgov like
Oh my God,
and then to add insult, I forgot his name. What's the Australian that Deladova?
Oh,
Deladova got the craziest contract. I forgot who he went to, but yo, he got the craziest contract. I'm like, yo,
I think it went to the
wh-
Knicks. I don't remember. I don't remember
nah,
honestly,
nah, nah. I don't think he went to the Knicks. I forgot who he went. He went from the
or
Cavs
the
to somewhere
Utah
else.
or some shit like
But
that.
yo, they gave they gave Matthew Deladova a crazy contract where everybody's like, yo, and I don't even think he
It
played
was it was it
that
was
next
off
year.
it was off
It was
that
off that
Cleveland
Cavs
run.
run.
Yeah, yeah,
LeBron James fed all of you.
yep.
He fed a lot of you. J.R. Smith, Timothy Moskoff, Deladova, all of them got paid off of LeBron James' success.
This guy who's still on the Cavs. Oh my God, I
Tristan
just Tristan
Thompson.
Thompson.
But no. But no,
He was good though.
yes, he's
I don't know what happened, but he was good.
some of the jokes are appropriate with him,
Yeah,
but he is an offensive rebounding machine, though. I mean, like the Cavs needed him. He's an offensive
yeah,
rebounding machine.
yeah. He was definitely vital for that run. All right, guys. Well, that is all we have for you guys today. Thank you for tuning into the Final Point podcast. Let's go, Team USA.
Were you gonna touch on the Miami Heat Summer League champs?
You know, I was going to touch on that.
Cause that's
I
fucking
was.
lame. First of all,
Hold on.
listen to me. Listen to me.
Before you say something,
That's soup,
before
yeah,
you say,
dude. Seriously,
I gotta put something up on the graphic. How about that? How about that? Now this is a
hey,
great way to celebrate the summer.
I mean, what a you guys
Shout
should
out to
be
Josh
embarrassed.
Christopher for your two-way and MVP.
You guys should be embarrassed of this, man. I mean, this really is sad.
Uh,
Miami Heat fans are at an
we should
all-time
be hold
low.
on. We should be embarrassed for winning?
It's a
No.
summer league. You should be embarrassing for celebrating.
Hey, I,
There's nothing
listen,
wrong with winning, but
there is nothing
when you
wrong. I'll take
celebrate
it.
that much, I mean, they had
Hey,
like rings and shit and champagne. Did they have
it
champagne?
was no champagne, but they did have
Good.
rings. It was the 25th anniversary, so it meant something. So, hey man,
I mean, I guess, man. You
I'm
know
gonna take the
what?
W. I'm gonna take the
I
W.
know. I mean, but to celebrate the way you guys have, you should be ashamed of yourselves, and you should have more. You should want more in Miami. Miami fans, you should want more.
We
Okay,
definitely want more. This is what we want, but the real thing.
right? Yeah, that was pretty lame. And you know
The-
what? I don't even think a lot of people even know you guys won. I
eh,
think that like,
hey,
well, wait a
that's
minute, Miami won.
I. I think it was more for a fan enjoyment to see the players that we have cooking. But
Yeah,
mark my words, man. And this is not an Orlando Robinson type deal here. Mark my words.
no, it kind of is.
No, 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 no,
It kind of
no.
is.
This this is a real player who can contribute this year, and it's two of them, at least. I guess you could throw three because of the
Say it so
pick.
we can get it on
However,
wax. We got to
yeah,
get it on wax. Say it.
yeah.
Who are the
So
names so that we when we're mid season and they haven't seen one fucking minute and they're in the fucking G League, we can be like, hey, what happened to that one guy that you were gonna get his jersey for? Who's
listen,
that guy?
I'm not
Name them.
sure. I'm not sure if this guy's going to get any playing time this year. We'll see. But Kashad Johnson is a beast. Number two, Pele Larson, game winner. Pele Larson's going to get minutes this year just because of the
Hey,
body type, the skill
Adriel,
level.
he
He's
may
going to
not
get
even
minutes.
make the team.
No, he's got a contract. He's certified, but he
Oh,
will get
it's a two-way
minutes.
contract. Okay.
No, no, not a two-way. He's signed. He was their
Oh,
second pick, second
oh,
round pick.
okay. So he's on the team.
Yeah, he's on the team.
All right.
Him and
Is
Khalil.
that the one that had the dunk of the summer?
No, he's on a two-way.
Okay.
Alondes Williams. I don't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about
yeah.
him
Lance
either.
Williams.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know
he
about.
doesn't have a shot. He doesn't have a
eh,
shot.
Yeah, I mean he shot well in that finals game, but I don't. I honestly don't know. I have a lot of questions about his. He's got skill though. I just don't know how. I don't know how he can transfer it to the NBA level. But um, that and Khalil Ware, of course, you know, he's going to get minutes this year. He's going to be a big vital part this year. But
Where listen to me, where if Spolstra uses him right, where is going to be a very special rookie for you guys if you guys use him right. If you use him right, I don't see why you wouldn't, because that's all you have. You needed a center, and that's your center.
yeah,
Um, barring any injuries, I mean I don't see him having a bad rookie season. He's gonna do well. He can shoot a little bit. I anticipate he's gonna get better during the season. I think that Miami Heat training staff is one of the best in the country at developing. So he's in a perfect situation where they're gonna develop him. He's gonna get a mid range. Once he gets that turnaround mid range and he gets comfortable in the post, I think that's a good 1-2 punch with him and Bam, because you're seeing what Bam can do with Ann Davis. You're hoping that translates over to what Ware can do with him.
yeah. That's at least my hope. And I mean, listen, I'm telling you, man, I am very, very high on Pele Larson. I get he was a second round pick, but this guy has all the qualities that you want as just a player who can play a role on your team. This is the best player you could pick for that
Hey,
said.
can you do me a favor? Can we go back starting now, because this is going to be a trend? Let's let's focus and get some of these clips where you're hyping up some of these summer league guys,
Uh
and then
huh.
we don't ever fucking hear from them again. Like Orlando Robinson. Like you had that to say about Orlando Robinson. I don't know if we would started our
My
podcast then, but I remember some of the text messages. You were really high on Orlando Robinson. So we're gonna have to get a montage, and we can do like just a fucking the best of you jinxing these fucking summer league guys.
shit,
Okay.
man. I didn't even think about the jinxing part. Damn.
Right. So I'm glad you like him. If you like him as much as Orlando Robinson, he's probably not gonna do that good.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not even
Right.
going to say another word
There
about it.
you go.
But
There you go.
I will say that my record's 2 of 4 because I was really
Hawkins
high.
worked out.
I Jaquez worked out, and not only then, I remember watching Max Struess and
Max
Gabe
Struess.
Vincent in the summer league, and I was very high on them, and they turned out to be great things. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I'm gonna say that my record is 2 of 4 right now. But I'm hoping to go 3 of 4, or at least 4 for 4 this year if Keshad Johnson ends up being that Caleb
Yeah.
Martin replacement. But
You're
I think
probably gonna
that's.
have a losing record at the end of all this, man. That's what it's looking like. But all right, man. Okay.
But all right, guys, that is all we have for you. Thank you for tuning into the Final Point podcast. We will have an update for you guys right after the South Sudan.
Go USA. Go Puerto Rico. Que viva Venezuela.
There we go. All right, guys. Good night.